Welcome back to this NIMBY rail series. Today is the 6th episode and we're going down the list in alphabetical order. Today is E for the Eurostar, so let's get into it. So what we're going to do is we're going to be coming down to King's Cross St Pancras International. Thankfully this bit is already done for us and we will be coming along this branch. So what we're going to do is we're going to curve off here and we're just going to slide ourselves underneath the overground here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try my best to just skip past each station as possible. So I think what I might actually do is just sit in a tunnel just next to it along here. And then just up through Dawson. This section here I will have to go up into the ground like that just to not hit the overground there, but apart from that is all good. So we're just going to stick ourselves, I don't know why I've curved that around Hamilton Station, we are literally in a tunnel. So from here we're going to start curving off from the overground and we're just going to try come underneath the copper box arena here, because in this spot over here will be Stratford International Station. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in Stratford International Station just here. So we're just going to put in 3 platforms like so. So now we're going to pretty much do something like this, but we're also going to put this one into a tunnel, something like this. But as well, we're also going to have another curve up through this bit under here, but I will have to just quickly move this bit, just something like this, so at least it can run through like so, and then go into a tunnel underneath like so. I'm also going to just very quickly put this into the main tunnel here, and then do something like this as well. Maybe do something like that so it's a little bit straighter like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to very quickly move this up a little bit like this, and then kind of run it along through this section. So from here we're just going to curve something around like so, and we're just going to bring this out up like this. And this will just come around to the side of Barking Station like this. And we're just going to come underneath into a tunnel underneath that track. And just into that one there. What I might very quickly do is just move all these back. Just like that. So that will now go into this one instead. So I'm just going to do something like this. So it comes into National Rail section here all the way through. So now we're going to be running along this track. So what I'm going to do from here is after this tunnel we're just going to go up here and we're just going to continue coming all the way along here. Just like so. Just running past Raynham. And this will just continue being straight up like so through this section here. And we're just going to come back down. And because of this roundabout, we're just going to go up onto a viaduct once again. And we will come running straight through here. And then here is where the tunnel for the Eurostar starts to go across this little bit of water. So what we're going to do is we're going to just continue through this tunnel and kind of just pop ourselves back up around here, but I'm just going to continue because of that tunnel there. And then what I'm going to do is we're just going to come straight through Ebbsfleet Station like this. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to just make it so trains coming through can also stop here. And that's just going to come up like so. So now from Ebbsfleet we're just going to come pretty much straight through like so, and we're just going to tunnel ourselves under all of that. And then basically from here what we're going to do is we are just going to be following this main road through here. So just like so, pretty much. And then we're going to curve off of it and then start following this one. And from about here, we're just going to bridge across all of this and just continue coming around and then into this section here. And I'm just going to move over here because obviously I can see this section of track, and sometimes it's just better to like do it in little sections because you have zero idea where they're going. I think from here what I might do is I might just tunnel underneath all of that. So we're just going to come straight through like so, and we're going to be pretty much up against this road all the way along here. Problem is we will have to bridge over a couple of these really tiny rivers, sorry. We are also just over this section and then coming back in like so, and then we're just going to come up through a soundway like this. And as you see from down here, we're going to move back down and through this section once again, but that is having issues with that road. Kinda hard to get this one right. Just like so. So now from here we're just going to start pretty much curving up through here. I kind of figured that wouldn't really let us go through, and then we're going to just tunnel under this bit again, and then through here, and then curve off this section, and this section should take us towards Ashford International. And we're just going to tunnel underneath all of those roads, and I'm just going to move all the way over here to Ashford International, where I'm just going to put a couple platforms in. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to opt for this platform instead. So I'm just going to move myself a little bit over like this, like that. So then that takes us into the top bit of Ashford International. So then this bit will just pretty much come into there, and then that platform can be used for that line there, wherever that goes. So very quickly change the name of the station and we can continue from here. So from here we are basically just going to go straight through. So we're just going to come straight through. So it should take us straight out to the English Channel. Fairly sure there are stations along here. So what we're going to do is we're going to curve off from the local line up here. Just going to quickly tunnel underneath that bit, and then from here we are going to be pretty much tunneling most of the way through. So we're going to come in a straight line over to what I assume is this section here. Oh, of course. So I guess for now I'll have to bridge all over them. And then so what we'll be doing is coming across this section, dropping down through this section, and then going into the tunnel from there. Basically what I need to do is just move myself across a little bit, something like so. So this section here is going to be where the Eurostar enters France through the tunnel. So what we're going to do is we're going to just tunnel up and then come up onto the ground around about here. And then we are just going to be zooming past here. So what I was going to do is I was going to put in the stations that I normally do, like for example cross country where it shares tracks with other companies. I put in the stations there, but I don't think I'm going to do that because we're not going to go into France. So we're just going to quickly build the Channel Tunnel and then make our way straight to Lille, Paris, Amsterdam, and etc. So I'm going to zoom back all the way over to Phoenix though, and kind of like curve our way into Paris, well not France, just like this. And I guess we will just have to follow our way into France, which means going along this line straight to Paris. So this bit's a bit dodgy, but you know, could be a bit better, could be worse. So we're going to just continue along here. Oh my. See if that likes it. No. And it also doesn't like that bit either. So we're just going to put that down and then put the other bridge across like that. And then through, but it doesn't like this bit. We put that there, put a tunnel in, and then do it through here. So I'm just going to zoom out just ever so slightly, never mind. I have to zoom back out, zoom back in as soon as I do that, because small little roads like that. But now it's working just fine. So the line has kind of disappeared from us a little bit. But if you kind of like zoom out on the map, you will be able to kind of see where we're going. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to try our best and just make our way through. I'm just going to get rid of that bit and then put it into a tunnel, just like so. And then again, we might need another tunnel here, yep. And then into this little section here. And then you can kind of see it links back through here. And kind of like down through here, I would imagine. And it definitely does. We'll need to bridge over this at some point though. I think to do something like this. So we don't even need a bridge across here. I mean, we actually still will need a bridge. Which will be all the way along that. Just like that. We are along that section and not along it fully because we still need to go through there. And we're just curving up now to where, you may ask. I generally have zero idea. So I'm going to tunnel under this road here, and then we're just going to continue our way like such. And what I'm going to very quickly do is over here, I'm going to put in our station that we are coming into. It's called Get the Lille Europe. So from here, what I might do is I might just put this on a viaduct along this section here, just like such. So now we have for London to Lille complete. It's time to go ahead and pretty much finish off what we started here and go all the way down to Paris, all the way over here. So that will mean by removing those little pieces of track and actually coming up along and go up this section, not only are we not going through the airport, but we're also going completely around it for some strange reason, which kind of makes sense. We're going and doing all of this weird stuff here. I'm gonna move that back a little bit. So we're just gonna stay in a tunnel across here. And as you can see through here, this will be our line. We'll come across through all of this and start darting our way down like so. And then we will need to bridge over the river. And it appears we will also need to be bridging over the tiniest shipping river as well there. And just fixing that road here up there. And then coming through, and basically I'm just going to tunnel underneath all of that and all of this too. And then coming back up around here because it feels like well, all the roundabouts are finished and it sure as hell has. Back up here, put in a tunnel, somehow squeeze away through that and through that as well, and then just bridge across all of this. And we are still quite far away from Paris here, but at least we are slowly but surely approaching it. But it seems like we're going directly south here. I did also see a little bit of an issue up here, which is now fixed. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tunnel under that, because I know just by looking at it that's going to be a little bit of an issue. From here, we're just going to continue trying to fit our way through one of these awkward little spots. I'm going to go across here and just continue going all the way down. What on earth is this? Yeah, I'm just going to tunnel underneath all of that. No, thank you. I'd generally rather just tunnel underneath all of that instead of dealing with it. And then we're going to come all the way through. You know, all these silly little roads. Do stuff like that. Life would be so much better without them. Just like that. It's literally one of the very, I'd say very few, but it's definitely not one of the very few. There's very many of them. And then we're just going to, there's more here. And then just see how far I can go. Just going in a straight line. It didn't last long because it's got one of these roads, but we'll just tunnel underneath all of that. Oh no, never mind. We will tunnel underneath all of that, as a matter of fact, and then continue through. Apparently we've got even more road hits, and just sorts it like that. Oh, that was actually quite far away. And then from here we're just going to slowly but surely RC approach Paris from here. Apparently I've got road hits once again, but we will fix that in a moment after we've bridged across everything here. And fix this. Oh yeah, that is not something I can fix myself, but instead I have to put in a stupid tunnel like that. And then maybe fix this bit as well, like so. And then come through. And then tunnel under this little junction. And then just flying through the countryside here. Minus from here, there is nothing to go off. But after a little look, it looks like we are coming through down here. And a good thing I'm zoomed out this far, because I can see exactly where we're going from here. And that would be coming straight through here, because we are not going through the airport. And then quickly just fix these. That will be because of that bit there, which is just a simple enough fix. And next one is here, which will be, I'm not too sure, because it's not that road. Could be that road. So we're going to zoom all the way back through, and then just slowly move our way quite literally into Paris now. So we're going to come through all of these little tiny stations that Paris has, and curve around. I'm going to bridge all the way over there. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to just stop here, and then we are going to put in the platforms in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in 3 separate platforms, and then just do something like that. And then we're going to just move that one over to the side, so at least then we can slowly but surely put that into that like so. I'm going to move over here and just fix this, which seems to be maybe an issue with that river there, and it is. So now we have the main line between London and Paris done. What we have to do now is go up towards Amsterdam. So now we're going to go back all the way over to Lille, and what we're going to do is we are going to just make a curve off that line, and then pretty much we are going to make our way to Brussels, because I didn't even notice, but apparently the Eurostar goes all the way over to Brussels and Amsterdam as of 2019. At least that's what I'm fairly sure it said. So what we're going to do is we're just going to follow this line, it seems, underneath the tunnel. Oh, and I accidentally didn't press ground. Probably shouldn't have pressed ground at all there. Or there. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to pretty much go through all this section. And what I'm going to do is go through this whole section. Because at the end of the day, we're not going to come back into France. So it doesn't really matter if we get it bang on or not. So we're just going to tunnel under this road. And then kind of like start curving up-ish to around about here. Just going to check if we can actually go over that, and we can. We will still need a bridge over that bit, and this bit here we will just need to go either on a bridge or tunnel, and I vote for a bridge because we've gone over a bridge over here. So from here, apparently we still want a bridge. We're going to come all the way through, and this should take us pretty much directly to Brussels, if I'm not mistaken. So coming underneath all this, and apparently we're hitting something. That isn't actually where I put my marker, but you know what, sure. This game, appreciate it. So I guess now the Eurostar follows this like line like it does on the southeastern. Obviously through Ebbsfleet and Ashford side. That is the dumbest little bit. And we're just going to come up through. Just quickly move that over. But yeah, this will come through. And I guess we're going to come through this section through here. And through this like town here. Just going over a bridge, obviously. So, as I mentioned, we're not going to be putting any stations on this side, but obviously I'll put in Ebbsfleet and Ashford International stations, because we'll be doing those stations at some point in the future, whilst here we won't be. So we're pretty much just going to continue through this side, and the terminus station for Brussels is just in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a terminating platform for the Paris services, but I'm also going to have a through line for the trains that want to continue this journey up into Amsterdam. The station name would be Brussels, whatever that is. So from here what we're going to do is we're going to come out of our continuing platform, and I'm just going to pretty much put this into a tunnel through this section here and link up with this line, and we're going to continue through like this, and I guess up to whatever train world is. I hope it's train world and not train sim world, because gosh, that place will be riddled with bugs. So we're going to very quickly come back to that, and then come straight through like so. So we will want the Antwerp line, so I'm guessing we're just going to come across that. That is the tiniest river, and you can't go over it. Yet I've gone over bigger rivers than that. So we're going to come round this bend. Oh, yep, who would have guessed? Oh, who would have guessed there's another river? Literally the exact same river. You know what? I'm going to bridge all the way over them all. Oh, who would have guessed? Another fucking river. Who would have actually guessed at this point? Oh, who would have guessed? Another massive river. Oh, who would have guessed? A random road that it doesn't want to work on. There we go. Just there we go. That'll do. Silly little game. We're just going to continue all the way over to our next station of Antwerp. So we're just going to continue. I don't feel like that's one. Oh yeah. I'm not sure why, but it looks like this section is meant to be in a tunnel, but oh well. Definitely obviously broken their laws there, but fuck them. So now we're going to come through this section, and right here will be our next station. We will just put in one platform here, or basically a double platform, and a tunnel out. This will be Antwerp station, or basically Antwerpen Central, and we're going to move that over just slightly. So we're just going to tunnel under all of this and come out here and just instantly go onto a bridge, because I saw that river coming miles away. And then we're just going to try our way, well, not try our way, but try and get to our next station. So we're gonna come through this tiny gap, and of course it's not gonna let me do that. So we're gonna put that in there, just tunnel basically through all of that, and then basically try our way to get through. It only lasts roughly around 200 meters before we're met with one of those silly little roads. And then here we hit another one of them. That one will be just fine for now. So that one. But basically our next station will be Rotterdam, which we might be coming up to now. No, I lied. So we're going to come around this bend. So then we're going to curve up here onto this line, which we won't be able to because, you know, roads. Who invented them? Fucking silly bastards. And then we're going to just squeeze our way through. Oh, you silly little sausage. You actual silly little fucking sausage. Right, well, I guess we're just going to come through and then tunnel under that. This game wants to be absolutely silly. And then we're going to come through here, and who would have guessed? It's been a while since I last saw a river, actually. Considering we were hearing them every couple of seconds. There's another one, but at least we have our train line to go straight over them. Speaking of rivers though, we are going to just very quickly get a bridge all the way over these, and we will be bridging over this. I'm going to absolutely zoom all the way across it, and then this is now taking us onto the same, not really island as Rotterdam, because it's not really on an island, is it? It's more a massive, like, more like San Francisco is. It's like separated by a massive river like that. I don't know where I'm trying to put that. Apparently I'm trying to put it into a road, which probably won't work on NIMBY rails, to be honest. But basically we're going to now take a sharp left, and oh yes, look at that. I think I'm actually on the wrong side, I'll be honest. But that is perfectly fine, because I can just do something like this. Apparently we've got water hits. Oh yeah, apparently we do. Alright. You know what time it is? Bridge. There we go. That'll work. But basically we're going to go as far as there, and we're going to just tunnel underneath whatever that is. And oh, look at this, so much space through here. Yeah. There we go, and that looks like I should be tunneling underneath it. But at this point, fuck this game. We're not going to be tunneling under any of that. Get good. So now we're going to just come up the Dutch main line here. Just gonna tunnel, not tunnel, sorry. Bridge across literally everything across here. Mainly because I just can. And then here will be our next station. So we're going to put in the station just here. So this one will be Rotterdam Central as well. We're just going to go back and fix all of these, and that will be the only one. We will also probably need to put that into Rotterdam. So now out from Rotterdam Central, we're going to use this curve bit of track here. And sadly, we will need to bridge over all of that, most likely. and all of that most likely, and all of that most likely. Basically, I think from here I'm just going to stay on a bridge because, not a bridge, but like a viaduct, because it just seems like the best option at this point, considering there's so many bits of water around. But this will be our last little bit up to Amsterdam, which is just up there. So from here, it doesn't really tell you where to go, but we're coming across around here. And as you see through here, that will be our spot. And we're going to be basically just right next to this entire bit here. So because we're on a viaduct here, we don't actually have to do that much fixing. And then what we're going to do is about here, we're actually going to go into a tunnel just underneath the entirety of the airport here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to just put in this here, and this will be for Amsterdam's airport, and then that will link in through there, and then this would most probably likely go up there and up through something like this. And I'm going to just come up into a bridge because we are just going to be following through all of Amsterdam here, just like so, and coming around this section here, coming along, and from the map you can see where we are going to be ending our journey. And this here will be Amsterdam's central station. So now we can just very quickly put that into there. But I think what I might do is actually add in a separate station just for the Paris services as well. Which means for that we have to go all the way down to Lille, because we will also have to do this curve in order for the Paris services to link up with Amsterdam, instead of going into Lille, then going up to Amsterdam and potentially breaking that line. So it's currently costing 2.3 billion, as you can see by on screen now. This is our third most expensive line, behind the cross country, behind the Avanti West Coast, but more than the Elizabeth line and the Chiltern Railways, and 2 billion more than the C2C. So what we're going to do is we're going to build all blueprints, and we're going to add in the lines like this. So we're going to paste in the hex code, which is this beautiful little yellow. What we're going to do is we're going to start off with the London to Lille services. So obviously we're going to go all the way into King's Cross International here, and then come all the way over to our next station of Lille, and it's just going to bounce back between those two stations, and that seems to be working just fine. Do I know what trains they use? No, but I can very quickly check that. What we're going to do is we're going to put in a class 375 Eurostar. We're going to bump that up to 244 meters, because unfortunately I don't have the class 373 or the 374, which the Eurostar uses. So this is pretty much as close enough as we're going to get to it. I'm going to put in a train, and basically that's going to run every 4 hours, which only 2 call a day, which is every 12 hours. But literally one train can run on it. It's all good. So what we're going to do is we're going to clone the line, and we're going to do the line all the way down to Paris. So we're just going to come all the way down into Paris. We're also going to just remove the one at Lille to include the... Oh, I didn't actually rename Paris, which is that. So we're going to come back up the line and use the north platform there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in 3 trains, and I'm just going to add in an extra one, maybe another one, for a train every 1 hour and 36 minutes. Thankfully, the Eurostar does 15 of these trips a day, and if you do 24 divided by 15, it gets 1.6, and obviously 0.6 times by 60 is 36, which means 1 hour 36. a train runs. So basically, we've got that sorted. So now what we're going to do is we're going to clone this line once again. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the other platform at International. And then we're going to come all the way over to Brussels and use that one. I have also totally not forgotten to rename the lines either. So what we're going to do is we're going to add it in a train here. We're just going to add it in another one. This will be every 2 hours and 40, but on here it will be 2 hours 48. So now what we're going to do is we're going to also clone this line and we're going to go up to Amsterdam. So we're going to take out Brussels. We're going to put in north at Brussels, station at Antwerp, Rotterdam, Schiphol Airport, and Amsterdam Central. And we're just going to have this loop back on itself, just like so. We're going to have that there, and that comes into Lille and back through there. And then this one we're going to have 2 trains on, and an extra 2 for every 2 hours and 20. So now what we're going to have to do is we are going to have to do the Paris to Amsterdam. We're coming all the way down into Paris and then coming all the way through up through that little curvy track there. Going to Brussels, Antwerp, Rotterdam, Schiphol, and Amsterdam. And obviously looping back down the line like so. And then like that we have, or we should have, the entirety of the lines done, minus this where we will have to put in 3 trains to make it every 2 hours 40 minutes. So now what we're going to do is we are going to simulate a full day in NIMBY Rails. So we'll see you back in 24 hours time to see how much money the Eurostar makes. So now we have simulated a full 24 hours, so we can now see how much money each liner makes. So the Amsterdam to London makes 396,491, Brussels makes 101,000, Lille makes 1,000, and Paris makes 309,000, which means 809,000 in total. Anyways, that will be it for the Eurostar. Do you think that would be a flop with spending 2.3 billion on the line and only getting 809,000 back on its first day? Might take a while to make its money back, but that is it for the Eurostar. I will see you in the next episode with the Gatwick Express. Goodbye.